Hi everyone, Akila Lloyd here with Cascade Sports, and today we have our guest, Khalia Woodley. Khalia, would you like to tell us about yourself?
Hi, my name is Khalia, and I go to Tampa Catholic High School. I am currently a senior, and I play point guard. Some of my achievements are that I have scored over 1,000 points, and I hit that mark my junior year. I have a district championship, and yeah.
So how long would you say you've been playing basketball?
I've been playing basketball for a while now, but I started when I was 4, and then I didn't like it at first, so I quit, and then I started back up around 5th grade.
So coming from fifth grade, how would you say your progress was compared to now?
I think I have progressed really well because from when I started, I couldn't even really dribble a basketball. And now I'm able to shoot threes and drive to the basket, finish under contact. So I have definitely progressed a lot. And that came with a lot of hard work.
It sounds like you put in a lot of time. So how would you say you stay motivated through that?
There were many things that actually motivated me. In the beginning, I started off at the YMCA. So whenever I started off, wasn't good at all. So I would hear girls laughing in the background whenever I'd be doing drills and stuff like that. And it kind of like made me upset. But instead of like quitting and giving up, I decided to work harder and work harder. And then starting towards like around sixth middle school, I thought I was good, but I didn't make my middle school basketball team at first. So that was extra motivation for me to start working harder and harder. And then coming up in my 8th grade year, I had a friend group that I wasn't really like friendly with. They didn't really like me or accept me. So it just made me feel upset and I wanted to prove to them that I'd be something when I grow up. So all that just accumulated to me always being in the gym 24/7.
Wow. So did you play AAU over the summertime for your middle school years?
Yeah, I have played many different AAU teams. Starting off in middle school, I played for Skill Center with Coach Key, which is actually my high school coach now. Going into ninth grade, I started playing for Southeastern United with Coach Robinson and Coach Kiki. I love those coaches. Coming up my 10th grade year, I played with FGB over there with Coach Lubin and Coach DJ. And then to this year, I played with my 11th grade year, I played with ECU under the coaching of Coach Sarah and Coach AJ.
So why did you decide to keep going to different AAU teams?
For me, I started off with Southeastern, but it fit. I loved the coaches there. I loved everything, but I just wanted to change and be on a bigger stage so that I can get more like offers. And then I went over to FGB, and that didn't really work out for me well. I just didn't really like the I'm not gonna say the program because they had a great program over there, but it just didn't fit my style of play. And then coming up on ECU, where I was able to play point guard, I felt like I was in my like playing my true game and being able to play how I wanted to.
So I know you mentioned that you're going into 12th grade. So how would you say the years of high school for basketball has been treating you?
I would say basketball has been treating me pretty great. Coming up in my 9th grade year, playing under the coaching of Coach Turk at Alonzo High School, I actually started off with scoring 13 points per game my freshman year, and I won Western Conference Player second team of the year. And then going into 10th grade year, I averaged 21 points per game under the coaching of Coach Turk again at Alonzo. And that year, I won All-State along with for Western Conference first team, which is where I got a medal. And then this year, coming up with TC, this year coming up with TC, I actually hit my mark for 1,000 points, which is my junior year, and We won my first district championship.
It sounds like you had a lot of improvement with your points and their progression and your achievements over the years. So would you say coaching plays a big part of that? Coming
Yes,
from
I
Alonzo,
definitely
Tampa Catholic?
yes, I definitely would say that because at Alonzo we had a more freer offense which allowed me to score more points. And we had a different like team and team bonding. And then as I went over to TC, where we had more stricter coaches and we had a more stricter system, it's harder for you to score, but it makes you look better because now my assists have gone up and my rebounding and my steal. and we have made it farther, which gives me more buzz on my name. Plus, the teammates I'm surrounded around actually want to work and get better at basketball every day.
That's good. So I know you also mentioned that you won district championship. So what was that like? What was the experience like?
It was a great experience coming from, so to win the district championship, we played Tampa Prep. And prior to that, to us playing them, we actually lost to them in the regular season. So coming up on this game, we definitely wanted to get our revenge. And under this video, they were actually talking crap, saying that they were going to beat us. So it was extra motivation. So whenever we won, it was like a big moment for us. Plus, we was going to go into our regionals, which is something I've never done until that moment.
You went into regionals, so what was that like?
So regionals, we actually made it all the way up to the finals, but we lost to Cardinal Mooney. At the time, they had a better like their team was more put together and better like played better together. As we were a newer team, newer players, newer pieces. So we unfortunately lost to them so we came up second place in the regional.
Why would you say you guys lost?
I definitely as a team we could have played defense better. As they have great players on Cardinal Mooney, don't get me wrong, but we definitely could have played better defense. And for me, I could have stayed out of foul trouble and have because that didn't allow me to play my full game, and I definitely could have put up more shots so that I could have helped my team win.
Okay. So what would you say you would do differently coming next year?
Next year, as a whole, I would definitely have a bigger leadership role because I feel like I could have done better on that. And when we play them, I would just have my mind ready because that's one thing I definitely have to work on is getting my mind ready to play in these big games and just go out there and try and win and definitely keep my fouls down.
And you mentioned that you were a point guard. So is that the position that you've been playing your whole life?
No, actually. I played a little bit coming up until Alonzo, where I played shooting guard and point guard. I only recently started playing point guard my 10th grade 10th grade year and really just my whole high school years. I normally played shooting guard because one of my talents is shooting the three. I'm a really great 3-point shooter. So people always played me off the ball. But I believe my true position is point guard because I love passing and I love being able to set up the offense and get my team together and be elite.
So what would you say? What would you say your percentage is when it comes to shooting?
I would say I'd have a very high percentage, probably shooting in the 36 to 37 range from three.
Okay. Um, so what other skills would you say that you have?
One skill that people definitely overlook for me, I feel like, is my passing because people already know that I can score. Like it's something that people know I can do. But one thing that has been overlooked throughout my years is definitely my passing. I feel like I know how to get my teammates the ball in the right position so that they can score. Another thing is that I'm really good at ball handling, getting the ball up the court under pressure. It definitely has taken some work to get to where I am, but it has definitely progressed.
So what are some things that you think you should work on?
One thing that I think is one thing I should work on really is just my mid-range game. I utilize it, but I don't utilize it as much as I should. Because I shoot a lot of threes. I drive to the basket a lot. I shoot floaters, but I never just pull up and shoot the mid-range shot as much as I can.
Okay. So we're gonna go into offers in colleges. So how do you have any offers yet?
Yeah, right now I have 4 offers. One from Pratt, one from Palm Beach Atlantic, one from Pensacola State, and one from Friend Lake College.
Are you considering any of them?
Yes, we are considering them, and we probably will commit to a school sometime around the end of this year, coming into the beginning of next year. But I have some other interests that I'd like to wait out to see if I'm able to get.
Okay. So what would you say your dream school is?
My dream school for me would be FAU, which is because I love the area around it and I think it's such a beautiful campus. And I've always dreamt of playing D1 basketball since I was a kid. So it would be a huge, like, big goal for me.
That makes me smile a lot because me and you relate. But So, what else do you like about the school besides the area?
I like it's a big campus for me, and I've watched some of their games, and I love their playing style.
Do you have any athletes, WNBA players that you look up to?
One person I definitely look up to is Kobe Bryant. He has been my motivation. I have his book. I used to listen to all his podcasts. I can quote anything from him, but whenever times got tough in basketball, I would love to read his books, listen to his podcast, because that really motivated me to get to the next step in life and keep pushing because it gets hard sometimes playing basketball.
Okay, I would like to ask you two more questions with Cascade Sports, home of the student athletes. First is, what are your measurements?
I am 5'7" and 135 pounds.
Okay. And how serious do you take your education?
For me, my education is very serious because for me, my mom is like went to one of the top colleges I think in New York. So she pushes education on me a lot to where my dad pushes sports. So for me, education has been a very big thing because when I was younger, of course, everybody dreams of going to the WNBA and this and that, NBA. But for me, whenever I got older, I noticed that I would want to take a different path in maybe studying health and fitness or psychology and even business. So that would be very important to me.
Okay. We're going to add one last question, but it's important. So, what what advice would you give to all the little girls out there?
Oh, one big thing for me is to just keep going. Like for me, I had a bunch of mental struggles coming into basketball. I would doubt myself a lot, and I would just say, keep going. It always gets better. Like trust me, I worked through it. I got better, and at the end, it's all worth it.
And that's it for today with Cascade Sports. And remember, if you can't stay motivated, stay disciplined.
This program is brought to you by the City of Fountains Coaches Association.